right place. It's the right time. The 100th Tampa Native Show starts right now.
Come here. Let me say something. I remember Tampa, the way she used to be, the places we would run to, the faces we would see. Yes, I remember Tampa, those precious memories, a city rising on the move, a simple yet progressive groove. I remember Tampa, and she remembers me. Yeah. She remembers me.
Welcome to the Tampa Native Show. Stay tuned now for the fastest 60 minutes in cable broadcast history. Live from the studios at TBCN, the home of the Tampa Native Show. Join your hosts, Mario Nunez, the 15-Minute Girl, and Steve Canella, as they celebrate growing up in Tampa. From Shock Armstrong to Shakey's Pizza, from Braddock Street to Buffalo Avenue. Get ready to call in and tell us your stories, because sharing your memories has never been this much fun. And now, Mario Nunez, the 15-Minute Girl, and Steve Canella.
She remembers me.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Tampa Native Show. How about that opening with Mr. Ray Villadonga, huh? He's in studio. He'll be joining us in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back, fans. My name is Mario Nunez. I'm seated alongside my broadcast partners,
Sally Nunez,
our 15-minute girl, and right to her left,
Steve Canella, a.k.a. Tampa Steve.
Tampa Steve. Look, he's even introducing himself tonight. He's giving you the AKA himself. That's my job, Stevie. Now,
Okay.
Don't step on my lines.
Cover
Hey,
all the
listen,
bases.
we're so glad you're there. This is our 100th broadcast. I'll ring myself a bell right there.
That's
of
a
the
bell
Tampa
ringer.
Native Show. From such humble beginnings. Stevie, remember that first show?
I do. And it was actually a very good show.
It was a good show. We got 18, I think something like 18,
The phone rang
19
off the
callers.
hook. I'm not kidding.
We were on high back stools. We had a little round table in between us. We were mortified. Steve's hair, who'd you say your hair looked like that night?
Jimmy
Steve?
Swaggart.
Stevie had his Jimmy Swaggart hair going on, and I looked like I had plastic hair, man. It was the most ridiculous thing we'd ever seen.
And we had T-shirts on, I think, right?
And we had T-shirts,
Right?
our microphone. It was a frightening look, but we were
it was the
off,
number
and
one show?
it was the first show, and it's still available. So if anybody doesn't believe us, you can still see that show on our website if you go to our archive shows. It was quite a magical night for us, and here we are, 2.5 years later, and we're rapidly.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
It
you know,
It's amazing.
we couldn't do it. That was easy. It was easy, and,
It was.
and then it got hard, but then it got easy again, and we couldn't do it without our fans. We couldn't do it without our sponsors,
Yeah.
and certainly
right.
I think it's fair to say, Stevie, we're picking up new fans and new sponsors all the time.
Every week.
Yeah.
Every
I-
week. In fact, this week we got a couple more, I think.
Yes, we did.
We sure did.
What a segue, huh, Steve?
That was
You
perfect.
like that?
That was
Yeah,
perfect.
a little softball there. Nice job,
I took
Stevie.
that ball and ran with it.
Well, do you want to call for that graphic right away? And I'll
Let's
talk
do it.
right up at
Let's
the
do
top,
it.
because we know that. Let's call for Castillo's Cafe first. How's that?
Okay, let's do that. It should be
Well, one of
picture
our-
number 2.
There you go. One of our new sponsors this week. You know, right in the heart of West Tampa, there's a little restaurant there, and we know they're watching tonight because there they go. Henry and Raul Castillo, owners of Castillo's Cafe and Catering, on Armino, just about a half a block, about a 25-yard sprint north of Main Street there. Talk about the heart of West Tampa. And home of the jaiba enchilada, the crab enchilada, as you see right there. I walked into the store this week, and I spoke with Raul. He said, man, Mario, we love you. You got to talk to Henry. So I talked to Kiki. Kiki says, absolutely, we're in. And that's our newest sponsor this week. Look at right there. Join us on Thursdays for dinner and a watch party as we celebrate the Tampa Native Show 100th live broadcast. So if you quick like a bunny, after the show, of course, grab a copy of that, take it down to their restaurant. They'll be open. 15% off your ticket. That's courtesy of Henry and Raul Castillo. Thank you
great.
so much,
Thank
guys,
you very much, guys.
for your support, for your love.
Glad to have you on,
And
too.
there you go. We hope that y'all are cheering inside the restaurant
they are.
now as you're watching, and we'll be there to watch with you. Probably our next Tuesday show. I think next Tuesday would be good. We should go down
Have a
there.
watch party.
Yeah, we'll
That'd be
watch the replay of this show.
Exactly.
How's
Let's do that. Let's do that.
So thank you, Henry and Raul, and everybody down there at Castillo's Cafe and Catering for your love and support.
You know, I understand that you talked to another legacy business here in Tampa,
Yes?
Golf Tile.
Golf Tile.
How about that?
Nice, Stevie. Nice.
Man.
Let's talk about
That's two
Golf Tile
segues.
for a minute.
Yeah.
Bring up that graphic as well. Frank John Garcia, thank you as well. Golf Tile right there again on Columbus Drive between Armenia and Howard. I mean, if you dropped a pin right there in the center of West Tampa, that's probably the epicenter where, you know, when it all started. Right there, Golf Tile. Been in business for 50 years. And Frank
50
John, we
years.
thank you for your support and your love as well. We look forward to working with you in a prosperous relationship going forward. Wow, phone lines were already ringing off the hook. That's amazing. And we didn't know we were going to take that many calls tonight.
And you know, just a reminder also, visit our sponsors at tampanativeshow.com. Click on Visit Our Sponsors at the top of the page, and feel free to, you know, peruse or view our sponsors.
What was
And
that
click-
word again?
yeah,
Peruse? I believe it was peruse. But hey,
Our sponsors.
what was that again?
No,
Steve?
visit our sponsors.
There
How
you
about
go.
that? That's
There
much
you go.
better. And click on the links; it'll take you right directly to their websites too. So.
Right. And we encourage everybody to do so. Now tonight we're giving away 3 different prizes on our Bolita drawing. We're giving away, of course, I'll show you here because I can right next to me. It's a wonderful bottle of cold pressed olive oil or infused, right, darling?
Yes.
Infused vinegar, balsamic vinegar. Over there it is. Thank you in the one shot from Joe and Sons Olive Oil. So one lucky Bolita winner tonight. Ray's going to draw our Bolita balls for us later. One lucky winner will win this lovely bottle of your choice down at Joe and Sons Olive Oils. Also, 4 tickets. We got another winner. 4 tickets to this Saturday's Tampa Yankees game, and that's going to be a lot of fun. The weather's not going to be an issue, so we don't want you to worry about that. I'll read this to you like I read it to you last week. I'll borrow the 15-minute girl's glasses real quick. She doesn't mind. She's not using them. This week, 4 tickets to Pink Out Night on Saturday, May 4th. Players will be wearing custom jerseys that fans can bid on in a silent auction during the game. Proceeds from the auction benefit the H. Lee Moffitt Cancer Research Center and Institute, and as always, post-game fireworks. So 4 ticket awaits another lucky winner tonight, and we have 3 CDs here that Mr. Villadonga has given us. We might just give one of them away today, and we might just save the other 2 because Ray's going to tell us in just a few minutes he's going to be offering a live performance tomorrow night at the Lowry Park Band Shell, 7 p.m. sharp. Now, don't be late because this is part of the Friday night extra televised edition. So just like with any other television broadcast, like our own, at 7 punto, as they say in the old neighborhood, the show will commence. So you want to be there in your seats. Maybe we'll give these 2 away tomorrow at the show to anybody who's in attendance. So if you'd like a free CD, show up tomorrow. Come see the 15-minute girl, Tampa Steve, and myself. We'll give
be
you
there.
a lucky Bolita number, and we'll draw some balls towards the end of that evening. He's going to play for 30 minutes only. He got short-sheeted this week. So
We'll be there.
make sure that you show up on time because you don't want to miss this man's show. All right.
Star.
He's going to be with us in just a minute.
Speaking of segues,
Yes.
I've got another one.
Tell me.
How about this? What happened to us just the other day
All
for
right,
our
Steve.
100th celebration? How about that? Press release.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that was amazing.
Yes.
Now,
It's a very exciting.
let's go ahead and give kudos and hats off to Stevie. Take
Well,
it.
definitely, it's
Take it, run.
PR syndication. Thank you very much. And that's Nate Spoto, actually my cousin, and also Shay Tressa DeSimone. So thanks for all your
Thank you
efforts
very much.
and the collaborative effort of Mario's. He did a lot of work on it as well.
I
But,
just
just
threw
a little bit,
A
but-
little sprinkle dust
But
on
you guys
there.
were fantastic, and thank you for what you've done. It was a beautiful press release. In fact, you can see a copy of that if you go to tampanativeshow.com, look down towards the bottom, just under the USF logo, you'll see a link to that press release. You can read it online. So it went out to everyone.
It was really
all
Yeah,
over,
it
all
was
over the world.
nationwide.
Yeah.
It was actually was worldwide.
Worldwide,
Stevie,
really.
Because once
Yeah.
that press release gets out there into hyperspace or Lincoln Space or what's Lincoln Log, Steve? Okay. Once it gets out there into the blogosphere and all that stuff that Steve knows about, yeah, whatever that is, then everybody picks up on it. It was kind of exciting because on Tuesday morning after it was released into the internets, you sat there and you kind of watched, and every time you refreshed it, you saw that
More and
Reuters had picked
more.
it up and CNBC had picked it up, and everybody from San Antonio to Seattle to Maine.
Yeah.
It was really, really exciting. So we're figuring that tonight we may have some extra viewers out there.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we've got our pretty new stuff on, and we've got wonderful talent in studio that we should go to any minute
Yeah.
now as we're 10 minutes into the show. So bring us up on that 4-shot, Mr. Director. Without further ado, allow me to introduce to you our dear, dear friend, Tampa native, WMNF DJ, radio host for the last 25 years, Step Outside, Strange and Beautiful Music with Ray Villadonga. He's also a band leader. We talked about that. Ray, welcome to our show.
My pleasure, totally.
Wow.
Thank you for
Isn't it
having
good
me.
to be here?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And thank you for doing the show with me last night.
Come on,
It was
that's pretty
fun.
cool. Last
Yeah.
night, maybe a lot of people don't know that, but last night we were on Ray's show. So we kind of do this little cross-pollination thing where last night we were there, today he's here, and tomorrow night we're all going to be together at Lowry Park.
Yeah.
What a great
I
show we
feel
had.
so much different after that cross-pollination.
It's good. You woke up this morning refreshed, didn't you? So did I. So did I. No, it was a great show, and Ronnie Elliott was there last night with us, and of course Ronnie has some amazing stories.
Always, he is amazing, and
How
he
long
was
have
a
you
great.
known Ronnie?
I've been influenced by Ronnie in the worst way possible
Yes.
for many years. I've known, gosh, it has to be 30 something years.
Wow.
Yeah. The first time I saw him, of course, without knowing him at the old Sacred Heart dances, because that's where most of the germination of those bands took
There
place.
you go.
And then, of course, it went along with Noah's Ark and all these wonderful groups throughout. But then Duck Butter was one of the wackiest bands that I've ever seen, and that truly did change my life. When I saw those cabrones go for it, you know, I said, man, I want to do that. You know,
That looks
so
like fun.
Oh, it was
Sure.
fun. Harry Haywood, which is we played one of his songs. I think we played one of his
We
songs
did.
last night.
He's a Tampa native and one of our fans.
And he is an amazing. He's an amazing, wacky human being, full of positive, wacky energy, and a
Love his
tremendous
hats.
musician.
Yeah.
Tremendous musician, magician
Yes.
as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We gave, he won one of our Bolito
did?
prizes, and
That's
we
right.
awarded that
That's
to him
right.
at Amaryllis in West Tampa one morning, and he was there. No,
half man, half wit.
Yes.
I'm going to write that down.
Ray's off to a running start.
that here.
Write that down. Write that down.
I'll use that later.
So we've got a caller. We're going to take that caller in just a second, but we want to ask Ray real quick. Ray, you're, we know a lot about your experience at WMNF, 25 years, that show, Strange and Beautiful Music, but what interests me is where you got your start in music and how did that whole thing get fostered? Okay, did you have to, collect Coke bottles to buy your first guitar? Did your mom and dad stick that first guitar in your hand? How did that whole thing get started?
My mom, very early on, I probably was 7 or 8 years old. She always wanted to play piano, so Mrs. Relova, which is on Wellswood Avenue there in Wellswood, she took me to her, and I think for about a month and a half or so every week lessons. And about after that month and a half passed, she told my mother, Ray really should play drums. No. But she didn't say it negatively because she says he has rhythm,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I started, basically I kept on playing, tinkling at the piano and stuff. Probably about 11 or 12 years old is when I saw the movie about George Gershwin's life. And at the same time, I started hearing Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
And with those two people, I was inspired to get a guitar. So my mom was kind enough to buy me one of those old Silvertone electric guitars from Sears, of course, with a tiny little amplifier.
Yeah.
And that's basically how I started playing guitar. And really, like within the first, after teaching, learning a couple of the basic chords, I started writing songs almost immediately, which was, thinking back on it, was kind of strange because it was like, but that's basically where it started. And then, of course, I went, I studied, played in the Tampa Catholic High School Band, which at this point doesn't exist.
Really?
They shared some of these things. Yeah, they used to have a band, and then when we left, they said, no, that's quite enough. They don't need a band. It's like,
So you were self-taught pretty much. Self-taught?
I was self-taught. I took lessons, and then I went to University of South Florida, and that's when I kind of switched over because they didn't have a guitar department. I started playing upright bass, and so I'm basically professionally, I've played bass probably more than any other instrument.
Interesting.
But then from there, and I was a composition major, so I studied electronic music and music composition.
Would you mind
so-
if we took a phone call real quick?
No, absolutely.
Because, I know there's some folks that want to talk to us, and as interactive as it is here in the Tampa Native Show, we got to get a lot of stuff in this hour, and we're off and running. Ray,
videos,
thanks
too.
for indulging us. Line 4, guys. We'll go to line 4. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Did we lose our caller on line 4? You know what? As will happen sometimes on live TV, that's amazing. All right.
They'll call.
Caller,
Please call back.
Please call back, because we understand that was a first-time caller. Larry, if you're out there listening, we're hoping that it's not a malfunction with the phone, but it could have been. We want you to call back. So if Hello Dory is standing by when Larry calls, I'm real nervous because that little tape in there is a little funky, and I think when I pushed on the phone to answer it, I accidentally disconnected. So as soon as Dory finishes qualifying the next caller, Larry, if you're out there, call back. There is a line open right now. 813-977-6800. Operators are standing by. So we were talking to Ray for just a minute, and we found out that his mother bought his first guitar for him at Sears, which is where everybody went to either get their sporting equipment or their fishing rods
Or their telescope.
or their laboratory, their lab science kit, right?
Oh,
The
yeah,
lab-
yeah, the chemistry set.
Chemistry set,
Yep,
thank you.
I had one.
Or in your case, a guitar. What was interesting is what you mentioned, that you kind of started a little bit backwards and reverse, that you started to write your music almost immediately, where most guys will really get the hang, I guess, of playing first, and then the composition comes afterwards. But knowing you, like we do, words have always been in your head, and they came out first. What was your first song? You recall?
Oh, yeah. In fact, it was called Beautiful Lady. Very, very, it was a very, very simplistic thing. Reuben Ray
Yes.
and I, when we were in high school, that was the first thing that we started messing around with. And he remembers it better than I do. That's kind of interesting.
We've seen Reuben play as well, another
Yeah,
accomplished
yeah.
musician. That's one thing that we talked about last night. Tampa has no shortage of history
No,
when
big
it comes to its musicians. And not just Johnny-come-lately guys. I mean, guys that have played on big stages all around the world.
Oh,
Established.
Sure. There's just an incredible amount and proud to say a lot of the real famous ones are bass players. Because
Nice.
we had Manny Yanez, of course, who played with Patti LaBelle and Robert Palmer and the Neville Brothers, et cetera, et cetera. David Sanchez, who was the West Tampa boy that played with Billy Joel for 1,000 years. In fact, he was on the road with him forever and ever and ever. So there's quite a few of those guys that are out there that nationally known, but they're and it's funny because you go to see the concerts and they say, oh, Tampa native David Sanchez, and people go, really? And it's like kind of interesting.
cool.
to
Well,
see.
and we talked about it last night, when one of ours made it in those early years. In those early years, when nobody knew where Tampa was, we weren't even on the map, so to speak, and one of our guys made it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
In any genre, music certainly, athletics, another
Wrestling,
thing.
baseball.
Yeah, athletics.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to try to go back to our callers and
give
see
it a
what we do here. Go to line 5. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I am calling from Tampa. My name is Mateo.
Marquette.
All right, one more time, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, my name is Mateo.
Hey, Martel.
Yes.
Marquette.
On line 5, and you're calling from Tampa. Lovely. Listen, how did you find out about our show? Is this your first time calling?
I just looking at the television and I see you.
Wow. Are you watching us on Bright House or Verizon?
Verizon.
And is this your first time calling?
Yes, my first time.
Of course it is. That bell ring is just for you. That's what happens when you're a first-time caller on the Tampa Native Show. Tell me, because I'm not familiar with the accent, where are you from?
I'm from Dominica.
From Dominica. Wonderful. So, safe to say you're not a Tampa native.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Just checking. I just wanted to verify, make sure that Dominica wasn't a neighborhood in Tampa that I wasn't familiar with. But now that we know that it isn't, tell us what you think of the show so far.
Pardon me?
Tell us what you think of the show so far.
Oh, I think it's very good. It's very interesting.
Wonderful. How did you find out about our show? Just channel surfing?
Yeah.
That
Well,
happens
did you have a
sometimes,
question for us or for our esteemed guest, Ray Villadonga, this evening?
No question.
Okay, you just wanted to call in and say hello.
And say, hi, I'm watching.
Thank you so much. Listen.
I just want you all to know that I'm looking. I'm looking.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank
and
you
we
very much.
and
Very
we
nice.
like
Very
to
nice.
know that
Yes.
you're looking
Yes.
because we like those people that are out there that are looking to pick up the phone and call us.
Yes.
You know, we have to tell you, Martel, not everybody does. So thank you so much for letting
appreciate
us
that.
know that we're.
All right, you too. You and your panel. Have a good day and keep on doing the good work.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
We appreciate that. Listen, can I ask you one question?
No problem.
Do you have a favorite number between 1 and 75?
Yes. 30.
20?
30.
30.
30. We're going to put you down for 30 because a little bit later on, watch the show at the end, you might win something fun. So stay tuned. Thank you, Martel. We appreciate your call.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
calling.
Well, you
Nice
know,
call. That was
A,
nice.
it's live TV, Ray. B, we never know where our fans are coming from.
That's true.
And isn't that something? This small little public access television studio and this little wonderful little show is gaining new fans like Martel from Dominica.
And it prompted
That's
him to
wonderful.
call in.
Okay, let's go to line 4. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Manny Mosalve.
Manny Mosalve. Manny, listen to us and talk to us right here on the phone, because a lot of times what will happen is that little delay will get you if you're trying to listen to the response on TV. How are you, Manny?
Doing good.
Manny, is this a first-time call for you?
First time calling. I'm calling from Castillo's restaurant right now.
Kiki and Raul, there they go. How are you, Manny? Everybody having a good time there?
Everybody's having a good time. I actually want to say thank you for the 15% off.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Thank Kiki and Raul. That's wonderful. That was Kiki's idea.
Yeah, I actually took a picture off the screen and showed it to her, and he.
That's smart.
Listen, it pays to advertise. Go right up to Kiki and tell him it pays to advertise.
Very nice.
That's funny.
Let me tell you, Kiki, it says
Oh, that's West Tampa, baby. You gotta love it. Thank you, Manny. Oh yeah, did you know Ray? Do you know any of us on the panel? Have you met us before?
No, I have not. Actually, I've been here. I'm a citizen of Tampa for about 16 years now.
Good.
Miami, great city, though.
Good. Well, we appreciate you looking in on us tonight, and we appreciate you, eating at Kiki and Raul's, because Castillo's does put it out there, doesn't they?
Yes.
They sure do. If everybody comes here and is watching, try to find this excellent.
Wonderful.
Enjoy your meal.
Give us your lucky number between 1 and 75, Manny. We're going to give away some prizes later.
13.
13 it is. Thank you, Manny. That's Manny Monsalve from Kiki and Raul's at Castillo's Cafe. What a beautiful
great.
night.
Great call.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I got an email, too, from Angelo Lamori.
Let's have it.
And by the way, Angelo's number 24. He writes, congratulations on your 100th show. Looking forward to the next 100 shows.
Thank you.
The best and only native show in America.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We have
And
some
you know what?
videos,
We
too.
talk about it. It is the only show of its kind, anyway.
Yeah, it's very unique.
We've talked to other people. Nobody knows of another show that's anything like ours. Unique as it is, small, humble, in this little studio with these little tables, and look at our reach.
Yeah.
And I think what we're doing, we're providing wonderful service to people, because if we don't tell these stories and we don't reminisce and relive and recount, the stories tend to go away.
Right.
Now let's get back to Ray. Oh, we got 2 callers. Ray?
Look at that.
Go for it.
No, we're going to do that in just a second, but I want to talk, before it gets too far into the hour, a little bit about that fundraiser that you have in front of you, because sometimes we get here, we get there, and we forget the important stuff.
right.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, this is
Make
really
your cousin
we
Rex
talk-
happy.
Right. This is a part of Tampa. This is a Tampa tradition now that we've been doing for several years, and it's a very benevolent and philanthropic event that happens May 19th this year.
Okay.
Usually happens either in May or June, and it's what we call, it's a jaivada, which is of course a Tampa colloquialism for crab dinner, or jaiva enchilada, or chilao, whatever you want to call it. There's a thousand
crab
ways
shallot.
of saying it, right? But what we do is that we fundraise for HCC, a scholarship at HCC, and also Latino Scholarship Fund at University of South Florida. And we've been able, it's been really interesting, because we've been doing it for so long now that a lot of the students that have graduated and gone on are starting to donate their time
Oh, that's wonderful.
and their efforts
So they
to
understand
this. So they're coming back
The importance of giving back.
to it and giving back. And it's really a throwback event from our childhoods when we used to have pikinikis, you know
Oh,
what
of
I
course,
mean?
pikinikis.
And so
McFarland Park, Lowry Park.
right. And so it takes place at the letter carriers.
Okay.
And it's from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. as we serve.
Okay.
And there's also to go. I mean, we're in modern times here. You can
Great.
drive up and
Oh,
there's
that's
a drive-through.
wonderful, because a lot of
There's a
people don't have the time to stay,
drive-through.
but they want to contribute.
Right,
That
there's
is
a
a great
drive-through,
We've gotta go.
but for those lucky enough to stay and actually participate in events, lots of door prizes, and just the camaraderie of having the event. Like I'm saying, it's throwback, so you have a lot of people from West Tampa and Old Ybor City, and they'll sit and they'll socialize, and it's just a really warm and genuinely wonderful event that I urge everybody, if you really want to see a piece of what Old Tampa
Nice,
was about,
very
this is a living example of
Living,
it.
breathing example.
Example
and,
of it,
And
so.
the information is on the screen there, so it's Sunday, May 19th from 12 to 2 or 12 to 4?
12 to 2. We serve
Serve from 12 to
from
2?
12 to 2. And,
Okay.
and a little inside information
Sure.
between you and I.
Nobody's
if you
listening.
get there a little bit earlier, you can get your food. And these are this is enough for 2 people
Wow.
that you get. And it's chock full of
Of
crab
jaiva.
meat. It's like you stand up you know, you could stand the pulse,
ladle.
the ladle in the center, and it'll
Nice.
stay. It is amazing.
All right,
Really
ladies
good
and
stuff.
gentlemen, so my appetite has been whetted, and I'm very, very fond of jaiba enchilada when it's done well, and it sounds like those guys know how to do it. So you can count on us being there, and it sounds like the kind of thing that the Tampa Native Show crew.
We should be there.
We need to be
You're
there
gonna be
because
there.
it sounds like that's the kind of event that you know, could maybe spawn a couple more guests for our show.
Yeah, some
Exactly.
older
You know,
people.
And like 1,000
And the stories there gotta be
the-
incredible.
Right. The members of the, I mean, if we just gave the donations, because there are lots of lawyers, lots of doctors,
Sure.
like E.J. Salcinas, you know, Sonny
Sure.
Palomino, it could go on and on and on with a list of attorneys and physicians and historians and people like me, you know.
Yeah, of course, of course. And local celebrities as
The other
well.
side of the track.
So there's the information if you need to contact Ray, 813-217-1494 or rayzilla@verizon.net. We've got a couple of callers.
there.
Also want to remind everybody that you can send us your Bolita number because things are moving fast and
Very
furious.
fast.
26 past the hour. Ray's going to sing a song for us. We got a couple of videos we need to get to. So if we don't get to your call and you want to get in on the Bolita drawing, we're giving away prizes. Make sure you send us a Bolita number at show, Stevie, right? Show
That's
at
right.
tampanatives.com. Show at tampanatives.com.
Right.
Steve, don't miss one of those numbers tonight. So
No, we got
you
'em
make
all.
sure and refresh that page and check. We'll go to line 4 and see who's on line 4. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Zampano Selomama.
Zampano.
Yes, man. I like that guy you got there, man. I seen him play before, man. You know, he has that band called the Bus Singers. I like the music, but the guy is not right, man.
This is as close as we have come to a funny call in all of our history. Now, you want to take off the mascara as in Tuesday night at the Armory
That's Tony Kona.
and tell us who you really are? Oh, that's Tony Kona. Okay.
Tony Kona.
Hi, Tony. How are you? First-time caller, yes?
Yes, I am.
Well, we've got to ring the bell for all first-time callers. We're so happy that you're there. And I'm assuming because you're on Facebook with the rest of us, you knew that Ray was going to be here because of the invitation.
Yeah, Ray's my brother, man.
Ah, bueno, entonces. Even better still.
Tony's the one that does all your pictures, right?
Yeah, he's a Photoshop master.
Ah, there you
Well,
go.
look, that's one of Tony's.
We need
work.
Ah, that's Tony's work there. Tony, you're going to be there tomorrow night? Will we get a chance to meet you in person?
Right.
You're going to go tomorrow to Lowry Park?
I'm going to try.
Okay, good, good,
We'll be
good.
there.
Please do, and we hope to meet you there in person.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
man.
That
I
was.
can't wait to hear Ray play.
No, he's going to play in just a couple of minutes. That was wonderful. You had me nervous for a minute, but I knew I was looking at Ray, and he was saying, "It's okay, it's okay." Oh yeah, give us your lucky Bolita number between 1 and 75. 7, baby. Lucky number 7.
Okay, oh.
Thank you, Tony. We appreciate your call. Thanks for looking in on us. We're here every Thursday, and you can call anytime, even when Ray's not here.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Tony.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
2 first-time calls tonight.
Pretty good stuff.
Oh.
We've got a video that we want to show. We're going to go to line 5. Okay, we'll go to line 5 real quick, and then we'll show the video.
Yeah, let's do
Stevie,
that.
which one do you want to show?
Well,
I
you
like
know-
the Groucho video. That was just
Let's do that
classic.
one.
All right.
Let's do that.
Caller on line 5. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey guys, it's David Benito calling.
Hey, Davian, how are you?
How are you guys? Nice to talk to you.
good.
Congratulations on 100 shows.
Thank you.
Thank you, my
Thank you.
man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really, really great. And I did. I had the opportunity to go out to Joe and Sons this week to pick up my the olive oil that I won, and I've been using it all week. I got.
Great.
It is delicious.
Yeah.
Olive oil.
There's an endorsement right
Yeah.
there.
You have to go back for
All
some
right.
more.
Very nice. We saw the picture on Facebook. You couldn't wipe that smile off your face when you
That was
went to
great.
collect your winnings. It was pretty good. Marilyn was
No,
real
and
sweet.
and talking to Marilyn, we know a lot of the, we know a lot of the same people. In fact,
Of course.
her uncle played with my Uncle Joe on the Smokers.
How about that? How about that? There's a
I
little
love
Tampa
it.
history.
That's the great thing about this show is the connections that you can make.
Yeah.
You know, I reconnected with Mike Beluha and Frank Constantino kind of through your show, and we went out to the Rays game last year, which I'm looking only one more week.
Only one more week,
That's right.
brother. One
We'll
more
see you
week.
there.
And then I really appreciate, on a personal level, I really appreciate the kind of friendship that Mara, you and I, and the 15 Minute Go and Steve have developed through the show. We've had I've enjoyed, the times that we've done things separate from the show.
One of our
We
biggest
have
fans.
connections, too.
One of our biggest fans, Davian, and we look forward to your calls each and every week. So don't think that we don't. And when you don't call, we kind of look at each
We
other
worry.
at the end of the show. Yeah, is Davian okay? I mean, is
Let's
he
call
okay?
his house. Let's find out.
Yeah. And we know Coach Joe would be calling, Skipper Joe would be calling
Yeah.
because He's got a team tonight in the championship playoff, so he'd be calling as well.
Yeah.
And we're all going to be together next Sunday, Mother's Day. So we can't wait to see you, Davian. Give us your lucky bolita number.
46.
46 it is. Thank you, my brother. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Davian.
And I guess I'll see you guys Saturday night, too.
Yeah, okay, lovely.
Oh,
we'll
good.
see you there.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations.
That's at the Tampa Yankees game. Let's go ahead and take caller on 4 because the little birdie in my ear told me that this is the gentleman who we lost the call earlier tonight. So we want to go back to him because we've got nothing but first-time callers tonight, brother. And we think you, this is
because of rain.
You've heard of the Colbert bump? This is the Villadonga bump right here.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, caller, you're on the air.
It
Tell us
just
your name and
depends
where you're
the
calling
bump
from.
is, I guess. You know, it's like,
This is Dr. Larry Flegel from Canton, Georgia.
There you go. Hi, Dr. Larry Flegel, first-time caller.
Yes, first-time caller, Tampa native.
There you go. Now listen, Larry, we I must confess that we've been following your posts most recently on Facebook, and you've been super active here lately on Facebook. I don't know outside of Facebook what you're doing, but on Facebook you've been super active, and we appreciate that, man, because you got a lot of stuff going
Lot of
on
history.
there. A lot of history
Yeah.
with that radio stuff. You want to tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page called Florida Radio Memories, and it's memories of all radio stations in Florida. Of course, I grew up listening to WALT 1110 Tampa.
yes.
And in 1973, I was Larry Michaels on WQYK Tampa with Jim Malloy.
That's right. And
You know Jim Malloy and Ted Webb and all the guys
yes,
around.
of course. They were there during the earliest of the early days.
Yeah, and last week we lost Dalen Rushing.
That's right. I remember you posted something on Facebook about that.
Dalen was on WALT back in the 70s. I went to junior high school with Dalen at Franklin.
Wow. Well, last week we talked about junior high schools,
We did.
and wasn't it, Larry, was that you that sent us that information? Was it Larry that
He
sent us the
did send a
information?
picture, but we never got to the photo, though.
Well, of Larry and his band outfit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that was me. I was in the Franklin Junior High Band, 1962, 1963. I was in the Slide Junior High Band in 1961. Started at Hillsboro, got ready to start in 1964, and my dad went to work for Jack's Cookies. He left Eli Witt, and I wound up going to Brandon for 3 weeks, and then we moved to Arcadia,
Oh, wow.
Soda County High School in Arcadia, and then we moved my senior year, and I graduated from Haines City High School.
Wow. But you started out in Tampa, and that's the important thing, Larry. We're not going to forget that.
Joseph Hospital.
All right, St. Joe, the old one, of course, because, you know, that's the one that was
and
over
my
there.
mother was born at 3617 East Giddens Avenue at home.
Wow. As was my pop, and a lot of our parents were back then. I think
That's
Maria
right.
Messina, she must have delivered half of Tampa back
You're right.
then. She was a midwife that was reputed to have delivered for whatever you could pay her. Was it $2 or a couple of chickens or whatever you could give her? It's beautiful back
I have
in
a
those
degree in broadcasting, by the way, from the Bulls at USF.
Very nice.
And since,
75, class of 75.
And since you do, Larry, I guess you're qualified to answer this question. How the hell do we look? Do we look okay? Are we doing all right? We sound okay?
Everything's great. I'm real impressed with the show. Congratulations on number 100.
Thank you.
I hope to be on number 200 as well.
If not before, Larry, because I was going to extend the
I'm
invitation.
coming to Tampa this summer. Maybe I can come on live.
Come on, man. Let's talk about that. Let's stay in touch
Right.
because we'd love to have you in here and we can reminisce about those old AM radio days.
Yeah, and I can tell you about a lot of good Tampa stories. The night the farmers market burned down on 22nd Street in Hillsboro, and going to Copeland's Grocery on Hillsboro, and Tennant Brothers Lumber Company when it burned.
We want the names and the places, and we want to know where the bodies are buried. So if you got that information, you give that to us too, Larry, because that's going to be a hell of a show. I'm going to tell you right now. We can tease that right now. Larry, give us your favorite bolita, your lucky bolita number, 1 to 75.
Since I'm a NASCAR fan, number 43, Richard Petty's number.
There you go,
43.
King Richard.
Yeah, I
Hey, and
used to work for Atlanta Motor Speedway too, by the way.
And if you got you a headache, man, you take you a BC powder. Come back strong. All right, Larry, thank you so
Evening.
much.
Thank you
Thanks
for
a lot.
calling.
Talk to you, buddy. Bye-bye. That was great.
Yeah.
That was a great call. Now, we've got about 25 minutes to go. We promised you a video, and we promised you a song. Ladies and gentlemen, which would you like to hear first? The song? I thought so.
I think so.
So why don't you go ahead and grab your guitar,
All right.
Mr. Guitar Man, and give yourself the appropriate room that you might need to work there. We're going to sit back for a minute and
Enjoy the music.
enjoy this
Right.
wonderful rendition of, I believe it's West Tampa, correct?
West Tampa.
West Tampa.
Perfect.
And you can hear a lot more of this tomorrow night, 7 o'clock sharp at the band shell at Lowry Park. And it's a free concert.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's nothing better than free unless they're paying you to go. So we're going to sit
7:30.
back and enjoy Mr. Ray Villadonga for just a couple minutes here. Ray, serenade us, sir.
It was amazing when Larry was talking about everywhere that he went, fires broke out. It just, I had a cousin like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then he had to leave town. So,
Right,
you know,
yeah,
there was
yeah.
something
Well, he
going on
left
there.
town, you know, they took him, yes. This is a song called West Tampa, and I want to set it up a little bit because most of Tampa natives understand where West Tampa is and what West Tampa is about. I come from a mixed marriage. My dad was from West Tampa, my mom was from Ybor City. So this is the ode to my paternal side of the family. And it mentions a lot of things that you'll hear. It mentions a lot of things that you'll see if you're in West Tampa, landmarks. But the second verse has a lot to do with nicknames. And as you well know, there's not a person on earth that lives in West Tampa and Ybor City that doesn't end up with some type of nickname. So I took the choice ones like Cucufato.
Beautiful.
Yes, which happens to be, I just love the way it rolls off the
Beautiful.
tongue. And Picadillo.
There was a Cucufato in my family, and I'm wondering if it was the same one.
I think that was, you know.
There was a Cucufato in my
Yeah.
family. When you
Yeah.
say that, we hadn't talked about this before. But there
Right,
was.
no, Cucufato probably, he was actually a pretty cool dude. He was like a world traveling kind of guy. We'll talk
Okay,
about
we'll
that
talk
a little
more.
bit.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Cucufato, Picadillo, of course, which is the great father of Gene Perez from the Body
Body
Shops,
Shop,
right?
that's right.
You know, and he was a barber, you know, so Picadillo, and then Bichito, which is my personal favorite, who was the father of Baldomero Lopez, the Congressional Medal of Honor winner.
Wow.
And Bichito was a lector, and I'm not gonna go into where he got his name because he's related he was related to us, and it's kind of a funny story. If you catch me tomorrow, I'll tell you the real reason why Bichito was named Bichito. This is called West Tampa. Put on your shoes, put on your dress, my senorina. To catch a Tories, we will go this sunny day. Gabagool, Italian sausage, palomilla, mortadella, and a bottle of rosé. Let's go out and get a cup of Cuban coffee. At Gallo de Oro, they fry and scramble eggs. West Tampa sandwich shop, it calls me like a siren. Gado Gallego and a man with bad toupees. Life can be such a joy in West Tampa. If you like the smell of old men and cigars. Life can be such a joy in West Tampa. And when you die, Bozo will drive you in his car. Yes, when you die, Bozo will drive you in his car. Cucufato, Picadillo, and Bichito help sew the fabric of what now is Tampa Bay. El Gran Cangrejo and his band of cangrejitos, with cigar beacons, they help light our smoky way. Now Venezuelans and Colombians and Chinitos have made their way right here to TPA. North of Hillsborough on Armenia is their mecca. Fried pork intestines and some rancid quail eggs. It's so nice to live in West Tampa. If you like the smell of old men and their cigars. It's so nice to be in West Tampa. And when you die, Bozo will drive you in his car. Yes, when you die, Bozo will drive you in his car. It's long, it's black, and it's elegantly appointed.
Yes,
Excellent. I
ladies
love
and
that.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
That describes West
That's
Tampa
not a
perfectly.
one-bell ringer, pal. That's
No,
a
that's-
two-bell ringer.
Yeah.
Gracias,
That's
Papa.
awesome.
That's
Yeah, my
beautiful.
brother.
I never tire of hearing that.
beautiful.
I never tire of hearing that song.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's
And
nice.
Go ahead.
It ties into the annual Jaivada because when I say Gran Cangrejo
Yes.
and his band of cangrejitos, my cousin Rex, the mayor of West Tampa,
Yes.
the West Tampa Sandwich Shop icon, is called a Gran Cangrejo.
Oh,
And so
and
that's-
a band of cangrejitos.
Right, the
Wonderful,
cangrejitos.
wonderful. Well, as we do here on the Tampa Native Show so often, there's live music, there are live callers, there are live guests. And thank goodness they're all live. Could you imagine what a frightening show
That would be
this might be
Yeah,
if
for
Halloween
they
show,
weren't?
maybe.
It
But
smelled funny.
we do have one clip that we want to show. It's about
We
2.5
sure
minutes,
do.
Steve?
It's about two, yeah,
Let's
2.5.
go ahead and bring up that clip with.
called
it was from
Bury the
our-
Hatchet.
It was from our very, very first Halloween show.
That's right.
And we had Dr. Paul in studio with us, and Groucho
Groucho
Marx. And Groucho Marx. Was
But,
it Groucho?
but it was
our
Groucho Indian.
That's right. It was
Groucho.
Indian
And
Groucho.
Dr. Paul
Forgive me. It was
Pilgrim.
Indian Groucho because this was our Thanksgiving show.
That's right.
Year one. So
2010.
2010. Okay, so almost 3 years ago now. Without further ado, if you'll bring up Bury the Hatchet, enjoy this. We do every time. Randy. You know,
Go ahead.
if I may say, Dr. Paul, indulge me while we don't have a call at this moment.
Cool.
In the spirit, of reconciliation and giving thanks, as this season is, just like Cher, in the season of giving thanks and reconciliation, I think it would be entirely appropriate at this time if we offered to our viewers, our steadfast and most loving viewers, an opportunity to see us, Injun Groucho and Dr. Paul Pilgrim, bury the ceremonial hatchet. Now, you know, it's no mystery, the history of this great country of ours, the fellows with the belt buckles on their hats right there next to me, yeah, we didn't have such a good time, the Indians, you know, but we're a forgiving lot. And at this time, I think it would be appropriate, Dr. Paul, if you and I, in front of our viewers, took the opportunity to bury the hatchet. Would you say?
Let's do that. I agree.
Well,
I agree.
I just happen to have this ceremonial bury the hatchet box here
What a coinkydink that is.
that I want to share with our viewers. I want to share with our viewers this ceremonial bury the hatchet box will be used tonight to bury the hatchet. So, Dr. Paul, I'm willing to give up my prize cigar inside of this box if you're willing to do the same.
That means a lot, but I don't smoke cigars.
Well, Dr. Paul, you're just going to have to give up something of value to you.
Okay, I'll do that. How about one of my eyes?
Dr. Paul, if that's
Let's do
the best
that.
you can do under the circumstances,
Okay.
here we go. I'm
we
putting
go.
mine. Dr. Paul is putting his. Ladies and gentlemen and Tampa Native Show fans, we are officially burying the hatchet, never to be argued again between the Indians and the Pilgrims. We'd just like to say thank you for bearing witness to that, and we should carry on the show. Let's do that.
Hey,
at this
wait a
time.
minute. Wait a minute. Where'd that come from? I thought we buried the hatchet.
Dr. Paul. Well, you must have got me on this
Well,
one,
I got
Dr.
another
Paul.
one, too.
Apparently, you have an
Okay.
eyeball as well. Well,
Oh.
then at that point, Dr. Paul, I just happen to have another box, ladies and gentlemen. Indulge us for just a moment. Obviously, burying the hatchet is not quite as easy between the Pilgrims and the Indians as one would have thought. We should attempt this yet
Okay.
again. Dr. Paul, with due love and respect, my favorite cigar.
I'm going to dot my I first, by the way. There we go.
Eyeball in the box buried under the table. Let us go forward, Dr.
That feather's making me sneeze here.
Let us
Watch out,
go
be
forward,
careful.
Dr. Paul. We have another phone call. Let's take that call right now. Caller, you're on the air. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Apparently, Indian Groucho must have had more than one cigar, as you could see. And that was the kind of stuff that we did just regularly, right, Dr.
We
Paul?
had so
and
much fun with
Indian
that show,
Groucho? We
didn't we?
did. That was a wonderful show.
great time.
And that's not the only thing we've done for Thanksgiving. So if and Halloween as well. We've had a couple of very spectacular Halloween shows. This past Halloween show, Ray, I don't know if you're privy to this, but we did 2 hours. We did 2 hours of live public access cable
was long.
broadcast.
Yeah, that was
And
quite a show.
without a break, without an
Nonstop.
interlude or intermission.
Nonstop.
Nonstop. And if you haven't seen that,
It's hilarious.
many appearances. The Invisible Man led the show off. We had, of course, Dr. Paul was here. It was just a magical night. So we encourage you to go and check out any of our old shows. They're all there. As the show continues along, Stevie, have we got any more
We
emails?
have two
Because we
quick
don't wanna
emails
miss
here.
anybody.
No, we
Sure,
don't want to miss
please.
those. We have one from Alyssa Governale. Now, that sounds Italian to me.
Oh, I think it does.
Governale.
And she writes, great show, and her Belita number is number 20, if it's available.
20 tonight. Thank you.
And also, guess what? Mike Beluha. Got an
Mike,
email from
he's
Mike
watching
Beluha.
tonight? Good.
Says
Where's
rain-
Mike at?
Well, he says, rain delay in Mississippi allows me to watch the historic 100th episode of the Tampa Native Show. Congratulations,
thank you,
Mario,
Mike.
Steve, Sally, on this notable achievement What's up, Ray? What's up, Rayzilla?
What's
He
up,
writes.
Rayzilla?
Love you, brother.
Back
Michael.
at you, Michael.
Bolita number 18, is it available? If not, he has a backup number. Yep, we're good.
And you know,
Thank you, Mike.
Mike was gracious enough to write and sing that song for us that opens and closes our show every week. That was something that was rather special.
A wonderful song.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty good stuff. We played it last night.
Yeah, I do. It's a wonderful song, and it keeps on evolving into different permutations. I love the Picnic Island song, too.
That's good stuff.
He's a good
Well,
writer.
tomorrow night, again, just to repeat, we're going to be at the Band Shell at Lowry Park at 7 p.m. So if you want to hear 30 minutes of nonstop music, and if you've never heard Ray Zilla and his Dreamboats, you need to come out and listen tomorrow, because Ray also has a gentleman that plays the saxophone in his band. That, well, you want to tell everybody a little bit about Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy, the sex god of
Yes.
saxophone. He's a Tampa Bay area native, also from the Largo area, and he's just amazing.
He is amazing.
And then the guy stuck back there in the corner, that's another Tampa native, Mr. Joe Bencomo, who has played in just about every band imaginable throughout the years. Alfredo's not going to be with us, so we won't talk about it.
You have another gentleman, David, that plays the squeeze box.
Well, yeah, David.
Will he be there tomorrow?
David Rogers, wonderful. He was with the Florida Orchestra for many years. He got the executive director's position for the Yakima Symphony Orchestra.
Wow, in Washington.
So he's in Washington
Oh,
now.
wow.
Right. Yeah, it's a big loss because he was a great friend.
Well, he was a great friend and a
tremendous musician.
Yes.
Absolutely. But we have a tuba player,
Oh.
and she's Panamanian.
I'm sorry, could you speak into my good ear? Did you say she?
She plays tuba, and she's going to come out and play the tuba part for West Tampa tomorrow.
Oh, that's
So,
going to be amazing.
yeah, it's
great.
it's cool. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
so good.
Can't wait.
So we have some stuff, and of course, Shankenstein, which is our Shira Lahiri, who is a tremendous tabla player, Indian tabla player, is also integrated into the Dreamboats, which you guys never.
We haven't heard of
He,
him yet.
he just got back in the States from extended
We've got
stay
about
in India,
13
so-
minutes to go. We've got another caller to go to, but I want to show 3 pictures real quick in succession, if we could. It's one of Ray, excuse me, with his sitar that we submitted to you earlier today, Eric. So if you can call up that number, as you know, Ray plays just about everything imaginable, and this
And
picture
sitar's
here.
not one of them.
Well, no, but what were you playing here in this picture? What were you playing? There it is. What
This was
this?
David Rogers' going away party.
Okay.
And Robert Constable, who's a great educator and also a great composer, had bought this at a pawn shop for $40.
Wow.
And I killed him that night and took it.
Nice. You probably hit him over the head with that thing right there.
Yeah.
Now, the other 2 pictures that we want to show, definitely show are 1978 or 79. I want Ray to just comment on this picture.
Number
because
7.
This is all the way back there. Okay, talk a little bit about this,
All
Ray.
right.
Talk a little bit about this.
This is the group called Devastation,
Uh-huh.
and it was really an amazing group. A lot of these guys are still in the area.
Okay.
In fact, the guy off to the right of center, next to the big Afro kind of looking guy,
Gotcha.
that's Alvon Griffin, who does a show on WMNF.
Oh, okay.
He does the Two Worlds show, the Native American
Oh,
show,
cool.
because he's part Indian.
Yeah.
And Chuck,
Far right.
the token white man in the
Yes.
group, he still plays. He plays a lot on the beaches. And that to the very left, next to me, is Dash, who is part of the Black Honkies.
Nice.
He's the Black Honky keyboard
Yeah,
player.
yeah, of course.
And then the brother Seal is still in the middle. He's still in Tampa, but the Carroll brothers, which are basically the
Two in the middle.
Howard in front, they're both educators and teach at Morehouse
Wonderful.
up in Atlanta.
That's an amazing school,
Yeah.
too. One more picture we need to bring up. Call
That's
that one,
number
Stevie.
8.
Number 8.
That's an awesome
Okay, let's
picture
talk a
here.
little bit about this.
This is great.
Come on, Ray.
All right.
What's going on
well,
here, baby?
That in the center is the fabulous Ms. Donna Allen, of
Hello.
course, who went on to have some top 40 success.
Hello.
With the song "Serious." She also toured the world with Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, as well as another Tampa lady, Mike Scaglione.
Max Scaglione, right?
There you go.
So they were in the sound, and she's still down there. She's doing, and then Dennis Mona is to her, I guess.
To her left?
Yeah.
She's leaning on his shoulder.
Yeah, one of the guys that she's leaning
Uh-huh.
is still here playing. He's like a third generation Tampa musician, really wonderful guy. So, and he's still around. So, and Guy Webb, I just went to see him last Saturday, as a matter of fact. He started playing again. El Pobre, the guy, the white guy that's standing next to Donna Allen, he's deceased. Rick Henders. He toured the world with Bertie Higgins. He was with Bertie
Oh,
Higgins.
wow.
After that. So,
Well, we've got another caller. We also have to bring up, thank you, if you'll bring up this, we want to mention too, this is a nice segue here to bring up
Picture number 5.
picture number 5, because we've got to talk about Tropical Heat Wave. It's the 35th anniversary, correct, Ray?
that is correct.
35th anniversary of Tropical Heat Wave. It's next weekend. It's going to be in Ybor City. Are tickets still available for this, Ray?
Absolutely.
Where can they get their tickets? Down at
They-
WMNF Studios?
Actually, during business hours, call area code 813-238-8001, and Ms. Julie will hook you up with them.
Miss Julie's great. So make sure, 32nd annual, forgive me, 32nd annual right there. So make sure that you get over there next weekend as well. Darling, it's time for us to do what we do, because we blew right past the 15-minute mark, and we want to make sure.
We couldn't help it.
Caller, we see you there. Stand by. We've got about 6 minutes to go, and we have worked up something special for you guys that we've been rehearsing all day, and we want to do this for you. Now, you know, sometimes on the Tampa Native Show, we just break out in song because we feel that good. So we're going to do it for you now. Bear with us with a wink and a kiss to Bob Hope. This is for all of our fans and our sponsors. Thank you. And it goes a little something like this. Thanks for the memories from Hyde Park to Ybor, Plant High and Phillip Shore, from Lowry Park and McFarland Park, you gave us so much more.
How lovely it was. Thanks for the memories. Marcelo said it all, and so did Dr. Paul.
From Skipper Joe to Angelo, we thank you for your call. How lovely it was.
Many times we have feasted.
That first show, we got 18 calls, I think.
Many times we have fasted.
Remember that show, baby? We didn't get one call at all. And oh, well, it was swell while it lasted. We did have fun, and no harm was done. So thanks for the memories.
From Beach Week to the fair, long hair down to there.
Out in the sun, boy, we had fun, and we did it all with flair. We thank you so much. Oh. Thank you, ladies and
Very
gentlemen,
nice.
also for being there for us each and every week. Sometimes
job,
you make
great
us so
job.
happy, we just break out in song. We got about 5 minutes to go. I need to remind you, Ray, did we do okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Wonderful.
Got a little nervous because you know there's no musical backup there. All right, we want to talk real quick about the event coming up on May the 12th, the Rays game. We still have, listen, this is your last chance. Last chance to get tickets to the Rays game. The window closes tonight at midnight. If you want to go with us, 813-920-2508 is the number to call to let us know you want tickets. The window closes tonight at midnight. And for Rosemarie and Debbie, we need your T-shirt sizes.
That's right.
For that special edition T-shirt that's being
know.
made. And Doug and Kathy Fryer, if you're watching, we hope you are tonight. We need your T-shirt sizes as well. Line 4, and then we got to go to our close. Caller, you're on the air. You got about a minute to go. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Kiki Castillo.
Hi, Kiki Castillo. Did you like that song? We sang it just for you guys.
Yeah, I said it was really beautiful. You had my heart crying out for you.
All right, Keek. All right. Thank you.
I just want to let you guys know, congratulations on your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I just want to let you know that every Thursday for your showing, I'm going to have a special here at Castillo's. I'm going to post it on Facebook.
Nice.
You can welcome the post it on your Facebook. And I welcome all your fans and all my customers. So,
Thank you, Kiki. Thank you
great.
so much.
Thank
We'll
you.
be there on a Tuesday to watch the replay, and we'll have some of that good stuff with you.
Beautiful. Congratulations again. And
Thank you.
Good thing.
We appreciate your love and sponsorship. Thank you, Kiki. Thank Raul, too.
All right. Okay, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
Isn't that good?
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's
just
awesome.
look.
That's
You
nice.
see him?
Nice.
That's nice. Well, I'm going to put this on the table just for a minute. And before we go to our Bolita drawing, why don't we do this real quick? That's just something that we're going to enjoy a little bit later. Because, you know, what's a celebration without a little cake?
That's right.
So we're going to have that for you later. I mean, what I'm saying is we're going to have it for you. You're not going to have any of it. We're just going to sample some
We'll
of that.
let you know how it tastes.
But before we get out of here, can we just get a quick shot of the booth? We want to show everybody in the booth tonight. We've got Hello Dory answering the phones. We've got Eric Cups. There's everybody celebrating our 100th show.
All of our
There's
wonderful helpers.
Nick Nunez is working the sound bus tonight. Thank you guys for helping us celebrate. We appreciate. That's Tampa Bay Community Network, y'all. And those are the ladies and gentlemen that do so much for
They
all of
work
us
so hard.
here. that help the production team like us put this on the air
That's
every
right.
week. So we couldn't do it
TBCN.org.
without them, and we thank them for their love and their time as well. Okay, let's get the bolita balls, guys, because got 3 minutes to
We
go.
had a few more come in, but I wrote them down.
Did you
so
write
we
them
have
down? Okay.
And guess who we heard from? Betty and Walt Allen.
Oh, Betty and
So,
Walt
hello.
Allen. Hi, guys.
Diane
We've been
Cooper.
missing them. They've been with us since the beginning, Ray. Betty and Walt Allen. Those are some true Tampa originals and Tampa natives as well. Okay. Stevie, you do that.
Closest to without
going over. We've got this as the first gift will be for Joe and Sons olive oil, infused vinaigrette, or cold pressed olive oil. Give me a number.
42.
42.
42, closest to without going over.
So give me that 40.
42, you know what? It's going to be, no, we have
Got it.
Martell.
Oh, Martell,
Martell,
that's
first-time
beautiful.
caller.
Okay, Martell, if you're out there, we need to know where we can send you the information on your winnings.
Yeah.
So show@tampanatives.com. Send us some information on you.
Please do.
Show@tampanatives. Write that down there, Joe and Sons. All right,
it.
pick another one. Come on, Ray. This is for 4 tickets to this Saturday's game, Tampa Yankees.
We'll be there.
Versus
14.
14.
14, all right.
I think there was a 13. I think there was a
hang on.
13.
Yeah, I think it was.
I
There are
think
13
Yeah.
Manny.
Manny.
Monsalve.
Oh, Manny Monsalvo. Manny over there at Geeky Ralph. Wonderful,
right.
Manny. Show it Tampa Natives, Manny, so we can figure
First-time
out.
callers always win.
Oh, first-time callers. Go ahead. We need 2 more. One more. This is for a CD. Ray Zilla's CD.
48.
48 this time.
48, okay, a little bit higher.
All right, here we go.
46 is the closest. That's Davian Benito.
Davian Benito wins
Congratulations,
again.
Davian.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
I'm going to let him buy my lottery tickets for me.
Ray, thank you so much for being here. Listen, before we let Ray get out of here, can I ask you, would you come back and do another show with us down the road?
Part 2?
I would love to. I
You
would
know,
love
because
to.
we
yeah.
just scratched the surface, Ray. We got so
No,
much more
yeah,
to do.
there's a
We
lot
wanna
more
hear-
ridiculous pictures for us to look at.
There you go. There are.
Those are great.
There are. There's a whole cache of pictures that we need to show. Also, is there anything that you want to look right into camera one there and just say something sweet about this show so we can put it on our website? You know, we stopped being coy about it. Now we're just gratuitously soliciting for endorsements. Get it, Ray. Come on. Camera 1 minute to go. Give me a 30-second spot.
Very special show because it not only tells the people who know what Tampa was and is and the warmth and genuine camaraderie that we feel as Tampa natives, but it also exposes people for the first time to a lot of information about this and actually will connect you with the community like no other show can connect you. So
Very nice.
bravo to you guys and
you.
you fill a niche that never had been
Thank
filled
you so
before.
much.
On
Thank
behalf
you.
of the show host, I'm Mario Nunez. That's Tampa Steve. The 15-minute girl, we sang our hearts out. That's Ray Villadonga. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, everybody in the booth tonight. We just want to say we love you, Tampa. We'll be here next week, and thank you for making these first 100 shows very special. Salud and happy days. Thank you, everybody.
The city that I call my home, a home from which I never roam. This love affair was meant to be. I love her and she loves me. I remember Tampa, oh, she remembers me. She remembers me. I remember, yeah, yes I do. Oh, oh, I remember, yeah, me and you. I'm a Tampa native, Tampa native, can't you see? I will share my story with you to preserve its history.
All right now, don't forget, Thursdays, 7 p.m. on TBCN, home of the Tampa Native Show.